welcome back to an AT Customs video, and today we'll be looking at my GBNbase Gundam over here. I'm actually joining GBWC by using this kit over here, right? So this is going to be my first high grade that I be using to join GBWC. For some reason in the camera it doesn't look as good as real life, but yeah, I think this will do. Okay, so as you can see, what I've done to this kit is basically I've maintained everything, the proportions, everything is still the same. I didn't change any proportion because I think that the proportion of this kit is actually close to perfect. Alright, what then actually I do is basically I just do scribing, some plating, and also the three-tone effect. So as you can see from this whole kit, every color of the kit is actually three-tone. For example, the white, you can see there is a white here, light gray, a darker gray. So there's three colors. Even the feet is actually a dark gray, dark red, lighter red, and then I think there's going to be a small here. There is a indent here, which is actually darker, the darkest red. Okay, so there's three tone. Even the torso is the same. As you can see, there is actually three tones also. But it's very hard to come out from the camera. I mean, appear in the camera, right? And then the decals that I use for this kit over here, I'm using the real grade water slide decals. It's actually a third-party water slides because the normal real grade only comes with normal stickers, I guess, right? So I need to go online and search for third-party water slide decals for the real grade, and I install it onto this kit. But then again, I actually did some custom decaling position because it is I would say not really suitable for this kit. I'll just show you guys. Okay, so as you can see, this kit, I add a V over here. This V over here is actually a foil sticker. I just cut off a V from a gold piece of sticker and just stick it in here, right? So it has the original RX-78 Gundam look, right? And then the head over here, as you can see, I've actually did a three-tone effect. There's a dark gray, light gray, and a darker gray. It didn't show up on camera, but this part over here, this bulging part of the head, is actually a lighter gray. It's not a white. The rest of the head is actually white, right? So actually there is a two-tone. In real life you can actually see it, but on camera you barely see it. Okay, and then if I were to move the torso to the side, as you can see, there is actually a bronze kind of piston effect in there, right, in both sides. And then if you see under the skirt here, there is also another hole there. There is another piston over there, right? So I've tried my best to add in as much minimal detail. I do not want it to be too over the top. I want it to look quite original. Not really original, I want it to look like an RG, a real great GBNbase Gundam, right? And then the weapon over here, I have the original one. So as you can see, the original weapon looks like this, right? Let me just set it up. Sorry. Okay, so as you can see, the original weapon, it looks very futuristic, but it doesn't look like the original Gundam kind of RX-78-ish rifle, right? So what basically I do is that I chop off this part over here, this whole handle, I chop it off, and then I find some other kits. I think it's a master grade kit or a high grade kit. I actually chop off their handle and I stick it down here, and then I add in the sight thing over here to make it look more like the original RX-78 kind of rifle. Alright, and as you can see, this is actually also another three-tone effect. So there is a gray, gunmetal gray, a lighter gunmetal gray, the silverish over here, and yeah, and decals and stuff like that. And then I also add in some kind of a metal kind of effect thing. This is a water, what's it called? Yeah, this is a photo etched parts in there. And then if you were to move the arms, right, you can see in there is a piston. The piston is actually painted too, right? So both the arms is painted. There is actually a little bit of hollow space in the head, but I think it's fine. And then the backpack over here, as you can see, I added some plow plates, photo etched parts, hand painted some parts, add another plow plate over here. So it actually does look more detailed. Okay. And then the legs are the same. I actually add some detail over here. Hand painted some bronze in there. If let's say you were to move it up, there's actually pistons down here, but you can't really see it. But yeah, there's actually effects of a piston even in here. There's supposed to be a piston effect, but it's actually blocked by this armor piece over here, right? So basically, what I did for this kit is just normal, I guess. I didn't go all out of redesigning this whole entire Gundam. Next, I would say next complaint that I have with this kit is that the shield, the original RX-78 shield, there is actually a cross sign over here, but for this kit I don't have. So I actually tried go online to search some shield samples to get some ideas of the panel lining. So as you can see, the panel line actually overlaps the decal, so I need to actually chop off the decal for to allow the panel line to be seen over it, right? So to make it more realistic. And I actually did some armor, what's it called? Armor cutting, I guess. You can see here, I cut off some parts there, some part here, and even here you can see it is not flushed, so it looks like a multiple parts. And then for the first time ever, I paint under the shield, right, for some detail. Yep, it's not really the best, but I think it does get the job done. For a normal pose, I guess you can't really tell. So please let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about my entry over here. This is actually my first attempt on high grade. I usually hate playing with high grade because high grade is just way too small. The details, I would say, is not really up to my expectations. But it is easy to build and it's fast. And to be honest, it's actually very great at posing. Because of the size, the joints are strong enough to hold up all the parts of the Gundam, right? So it's actually better than a master grade or a perfect grade in that sense. But I don't really like because it is just way too small for my liking. Okay. Okay, so this is a RX-78-2. So you can see the amount of difference of the kit, quite a lot. And there is the cross on the shield that I was talking about earlier on, right? I would wish that there is a cross for this shield, but I think it's good enough. I'm not really that well versed with the lore of Gundams because I'm more of a 00 fan, not really for the original Gundam. I'm not really, I didn't follow the story of the original Gundam, so I'm not really sure, right? So I just look at images online. So sometimes I saw they have a shield without a cross. Sometimes there is cross on the shield. So I have no idea why. But I think this is good enough, right? Okay guys, so thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys again next time. Please leave me a like and subscribe, and also comment down in the comments below what do you guys think about my kit over here, my entry over here. There is actually some bad news because I don't really receive a message regarding my entry. I'm not really sure if I'm confirmed an entry or not, but it's okay if I don't get to enter. I still enjoy this build. I can still leave it somewhere here, or either I can just join to other competitions, which I think is fine. Or if I can able to join, then it's good too. Okay. Alright, see you guys again next time. Bye.